Hello guys, so market forecast number 2, right? Um, First things first, let's do a little bit of a recap of what happened yesterday, right? Uh, this entry I didn't actually get to make this, to trade this. Actually, I found the market a little bit choppy yesterday, so I decided to not trade. And actually be very careful. I was expecting this high to be taken out, and it was only taken out by the end of the day, by the end of my trading day, which was after um, New York 11 a.m. Actually, I stopped looking for trades at 10 a.m., so I wouldn't have taken this trade here because it didn't take this buy side liquidity I was expecting to. And of course, as you guys can see in hindsight, this high was taken. I was expecting this high to be taken out and also to the previous day high, which is right here. Yeah, the daily buy sell liquidity from the last day to be taken out. All right, and it was, as you guys can see right here, this high was taken out, and my bias for the day was bullish, which was of course the right bias. As you guys can see, my bias was right, but I decided to not trade as the market was not giving me the price delivery I wanted to give, right? So the day closed above the last day buy side liquidity, the last day's high, right? And I was expecting this day to come closer to this fair value gap. It did get into the zone, but for today, I may be expecting a little bit more of bullish movement, since I don't think this fair value gap was filled by it. All right, I don't think it is enough for me to consider that this fair value gap was filled. So let me just clean everything up so we can have a clear view and just recap some things. We have this sell side liquidity right here, stops resting below this low, and here sell side liquidity on the daily chart on the 4-hour time frame. And let me just go to the daily just to pinpoint something. As I mentioned yesterday, we have this fair value gap right here, right, which we're looking to be filled. I think today will still be bullish, all right, at least to reach yesterday's high. Let me just mark down this high right here so I don't lose it. No, all right. Daily buy side liquidity, daily high. Yeah, let's go to the high. Days high. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we have this daily fair value gap right here, which right now, as far as we can see, is being filled, but I still expect today to be a bullish day, at least to fill in this previous day's high. Let me change this name. Previous day's high. Okay. At least to reach that previous day's high. Yeah, and that's it. So the main logic on my trading today will be that first, of course, as you guys can see, it has already reached the fair value gap on the daily chart, but as I pinpointed yesterday, we have a fair value gap on lower time frames, such as the 4-hour, the 1 hour, the 30-minute, the 15-minute, 5-minute, and so on, which are higher than the daily fair value gap. But since I get the daily bias from the daily, of course, chart, I'm going to consider this fair value gap and try to mix with the other ones, which, as far as I remember, were a little bit higher than this one, right? So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame so we can check out the fair value gap. This fair value gap right here on the 4-hour is a little bit higher. Let me just hide this. Okay, I'm gonna just show it on daily from the daily. Okay. On the 4-hour time frame, we have a fair value gap right here, right? A pricing balance that needs to be balanced. And if we can see, if we look on a confluence matter, we can see that, of course, the daily is showing us a fair value gap a little bit lower than that. But if we go to the 1-hour time frame, all right, here, yeah, almost the same fair value gap. The 30-minute time frame, yeah, right here, the same fair value gap. The 15-minute time frame and the 5-minute time frame. We can see that there's a lot of confluence in this fair value gap. So I strongly believe that today, let me go back to the 1-hour time frame, that today not only will reach this high, which is almost reaching it, and I believe it's going to reach that high before I start trading today. I believe that we're going to reach that high and we're going to go a little bit higher on that fair value gap. We're going to rebalance price a little bit higher on that fair value gap. All right. So today, I still believe that the bias will be bullish, right? Why is it happening? Okay. The bias will be bullish. As I told you yesterday, I use TradingView's indicator watermark to show me the daily bias. So I write daily bias right here, and after that I write what is a daily bias so I don't forget the daily bias. And of course I change the color to be more related to the bias itself. Of course, bullish, blue, and yeah, you guys get it. On the daily time frame, we have the sell side liquidity and basically equal lows right here, right? I believe that what is going to happen here, I believe what is going to happen here is that this fair value gap will be filled, all right? You need to find the path. Okay, this fair value gap will be filled just a little bit higher, right? I believe today is going to go a little bit higher than the previous day's high and yesterday's high. And after that, we're going to get a big bearish movement to the downside until we reach that sell side liquidity again. All right. I don't know if it's going to break out. I don't know if it's going to look for this liquidity right here, but we have a target. If price does what we're aiming, what we're expecting it to do, we already have a target to target to, right? Okay, so let's go to the 4-hour time frame, see if we're missing something. We have this swing low right here, right? Let me go to the 1-hour time frame so it gets a little bit more clear. What's this swing low I'm talking about? I'm talking about this swing low, right? So yeah, we have this swing low, right? But we're not going to target this swing low today because the bias is bullish. I'm still expecting price to reach that fair value gap on the lower time frames, such as the 1 hour, 4 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute time frames. I believe it's still going to go up there a little bit, and then it's going to come down. All right. Today is a day that maybe the bias will change during the day, because once the fair value gap is filled, we are going to see, I believe we're going to see a bearish movement, right? I don't think we're going to see that bearish movement today. I think that we're going to see a bullish movement continuing the trend to the fair value gap. We're going to see price delivery towards that region. And after that, we're going to see a bearish movement. I don't know if that bearish movement is going to start today or if it's going to start on the rest of the week. But there's something I have to pinpoint, that today we have Canadian CPI at 8:30 a.m. and tomorrow we're going to have USD United States FONC news. All right, FONC statement, projections, and so on, which are very high impact news. So it may be the explanation on why price has been behaving weirdly yesterday and probably today. So today is going to be a day that I'm going to have to be very careful in what I do in the markets and see what happens. I don't think I'm going to trade at 8:30 a.m. Today, your time, because of the Canadian dollar news. But I'm going to see how market is behaving, if it's taking the highs and lows I'm expecting it to take, if it's behaving the way I wanted it to, I was expecting to. So I'm going to start to look for entries. Let's go down to the 30-minute time frame. Let's see what we have here. All right. Basically, we've just created a short-term low. No. Short-term high, sorry. This buy-side liquidity right here stops pressing above this high. And I want to see this high to be taken out so that the previous day gets taken out and then we have a bullish movement, right? Let's see how price behaves during the day. And I like to remind you again that price may be behaving weirdly today because of the news event we're going to have today, all right? I can pinpoint right now a fair value gap that I'm spotting right now. Actually, price is right exactly at the fair value gap. And it's funny that yesterday, as I was doing this video, my first video on market forecast, we were also on a fair value gap. I think it was, I don't know. I think it was this one. I don't know. Anyways, we are balancing on price imbalance, which is this fair value gap right here, and maybe we're gonna see a bullish movement up, taking out this high, which is relatively equal to this high, and this previous day's high. Right? I don't know why it's here, and this previous day's high, finishing the fulfillment of this fulfillment. I don't know. Filling up this fair value gap on the 4-hour and on the 1 hour and so on. Anyways, so my bias for today is bullish. All right, I expect to see this buy sell liquidity, this one and this one being taken out, but I don't really expect price to go really high today. I don't want to see price go really high. I don't want to see price do the same candle that it did yesterday today, because we have this fair value gap to stop price from doing that and actually repricing price delivery and delivering price to the downside after that, right? So today I want to see a small candle up. That's what I'm expecting. And for the market forecast, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you like it, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you very much. See you.